Hey everyone, welcome to Day Deal on Display, daydeal.com's own YouTube channel regarding product previews, reviews, and demonstrations. Today we're going to be taking a look at a couple of TPU skin covers for the Motorola Xoom. Now I know that skin covers aren't the most exciting accessory out there for any device, but they are practical and they do cater to a certain audience. Now if you are needing an accessory for the Motorola Xoom right now, at least at the time of this video's creation, you're pretty limited in your options, so a skin cover does seem rather logical. But we want to note that TPU skin covers do differ from silicone skin covers in many ways, and that we always recommend these whenever possible. So you're more than welcome to check out the selection we currently have at our own website, daydeal.com, but of course these are mass-produced items, so you can also check out other vendors as well. You shouldn't have a hard time looking for them. Just type in TPU skin cover, or if you need to write it all out, it's thermoplastic polyurethane skin cover for the Motorola Xoom. That should bring you a lot more hits. Now typically I go through these reviews, especially for TPU skin covers, in a standard fashion because I've done so many of them in the past. But the Motorola Xoom is slightly unique, so I'm going to go ahead and do you guys a favor and give you some information that you will find probably very useful, and at least I hope you find it useful, and that's with a particular dock. Now if you have the Xoom, you may have been excited and actually went out and bought this little device right here. This is the Motorola official OEM speaker HD dock. This is how the retail box looks like. That's how the product looks like. And what's also available for the Xoom is the Motorola standard dock as well. That's just basically the one without the speakers built in. And it looks something like this. At least this is the speaker dock anyway. This is the official actual live dock. Now Motorola decided to make these docks compatible with certain cases and skins, namely their own product. If you haven't seen it at stores already, Motorola does offer an OEM, which means original equipment manufacturer, silicone skin cover for the Motorola Xoom that is compatible with these docks. So a lot of people looking at these TPU skin covers will of course be wondering, well, are these skin covers compatible with these docks right here? Because they're compatible with the silicone skin cover, and we can reassure you folks that yes, these skin covers, once put on the Motorola Xoom, will be compatible with the dock right here. I'll show you that at the end of the video. So worry not. If you're looking for a skin cover, and even if you get a TPU skin cover, it will go ahead and work with the dock. You'll be fine. That will go ahead and expand your options, because we know a lot of people who use the Xoom also like using docks with it, because it's a very multimedia heavy device, and who wouldn't want to do that? It gives you more flexibility. It's always a fun thing to use docks and cradles whenever possible. So with that information out of the way, let's go and actually look at the skin cover itself. Now, if you're not familiar with TPU as a material, that's just an abbreviation for thermoplastic polyurethane. It's a very popular material nowadays in various cell phone accessories as well as electronic accessories, etc., stuff like that. If you look at the fine details, you probably will see TPU listed somewhere in the mix. And it's a really elastic-like material, as it also has similar properties to rubber as well. On the elastic side, it's actually very stretchable. You can actually go ahead and bend it. You can contort it. It's very flexible. It's easy to handle. It actually has a nice grip to it. But more importantly, it's actually very tear resistant. So if you actually even go ahead and bend the material like this, or just kind of warp it to a state where it really isn't natural, in other words, just really kind of bending it out of its pre-molded shape, it always goes back to normal. It always kind of self-heals itself, or has a self-healing property, as we like to say, and it doesn't leave any unusual creases, tears, or deformations, or more importantly, it doesn't have any cracks that you would find on a silicone skin cover if you did the exact same thing, which is always good. We also want to mention that due to the flexibility of the material, always going back to its original form nonetheless, even though you stretch it out. Unlike silicone, over time these particular skin covers will not stretch out on you to the point where it becomes loose, and that's why you always recommend them. This edge right here that you see that's supposed to wrap around the Xoom will always stay nice and tight, and that's a great thing. Now moving on to the rubber-like properties, basically it has the same shock absorbing value as rubber without all the added density or weight, so you can actually go and just crash it down like such. It has the same shock absorbing value. It will go ahead and protect your device just like a rubber case would. Of course, rubber cases are very heavy and they don't have the ability to be this fashionable. What we mean by that is that TPU skin covers can be translucent. They can actually have designs etched onto them, and they come in a variety of colors. This is just a fraction of what is available out there, or will become available as time goes by. So if you're waiting for a yellow skin, a green skin, I don't know, polka dot, zebra stripes, stuff like that skin, it will eventually come out. You just have to go and look for it. It depends on the vendor who is carrying it. And that is that. Now today we actually will be using a smoke skin cover. This is a plain design, as you can see right there. These ones had a nice argyle design on them, very nice looking, but we're going to use a plain design because sometimes plain is better to work with on camera as well. It's just showing you folks out there that there is a plain version available, because some people just like the skin itself and they don't want anything on there. I'm also going to move these out of the way just for a moment because we don't want them interfering with the camera's auto zoom. Now, unfortunately, we do not have a live Motorola Xoom to work with. I apologize ahead of time, but for the purposes of case review, this should be good enough. This is a official Motorola display version of the Xoom. It has the same exact size, weight, as well as all the cutouts are appropriate for the live unit. It just isn't really the actual tablet itself. But as far as this review goes and future reviews, just doing cases, it should be a-okay to fit in the I guess you can say substitute is the better phrase I should use. Now, I was going to talk about the OEM dock. In other words, this is the Motorola, what is it, HD dock. Okay, this is the actual HD dock that's available for the Xoom right now. And I wanted to show you that, yes, even with the skin cover on the Xoom, it does actually indeed fit. So let me just go and line this up correctly here. Just kind of slide it right there in. Make sure it's a nice fit. And there you go. See my reflection of my little Kellogg's cereals t-shirt in the mirror right there. So this is just kind of proof of concept. I just want to show you folks out there, any doubters out there, that yes, this skin cover on the Motorola Xoom will go ahead and work with the dock. So you are good to go, alright? No worries there. So I'm just going to go pop this off right now, move this aside. Of course, this does not come with the skin cover. You do have to buy it separately, and it does cost quite a pretty penny, but it is worth every penny. We're going to go ahead and talk about the lip that is created by the TPU skin cover on the Motorola Xoom, starting with the surface right there. Now, since there's so much screen area on the device, obviously you don't want to drop it, regardless of whatever lip that is created by any case out there. But nonetheless, there is one that is slightly there with the TPU skin cover. Not the best in the world, but just enough where, for whatever reason, if your device happens to be on its face like so, maybe you're just too tired and you wanted to go and plop the device on its face like such, or if it happens to drop, my camera is going crazy for some reason. Come on, auto zoom, auto zoom. There we go. It's going to be a-okay. It's going to be up and away from the surface. Of course, more importantly, if you happen to drop your device, as long as it actually touches the lip first, you are going to be a-okay. Now, I'm going to go and angle it like that so my camera doesn't defocus one more time, but I'm going to go and move it to the front. That should solve all the problems right there. So we're going to go and talk about all the cutouts on the Xoom right now. Now, for this particular skin cover, all the cutouts are exposed. On other versions of the skin cover, I have to remind you, they're not exactly all the same. The micro SD card slot on the top may not always have a cutout for it. On some skin covers, this one is blocked. On this one, it's open, which is a version that we like. But we just want to go and remind you out there that one of the other versions that we've seen listed from other vendors may actually have this blocked, so you might want to double check with them before purchasing. But in any case, there should be an opening for that one, as well as the audio jack on top. No surprises right there. Moving on to the side, you have a couple of coverings for the volume up and down buttons on your Xoom. Moving on to the bottom, you have an opening for your all-important ports, and that is the micro USB port, the HDMI, as well as the charger port. And moving on to the back, you have an opening for the built-in speakers on the Xoom, one on the left as well as one on the right. Of course, your rear-facing camera, the LED flashes on the back, and the all-important power button or lock button, whatever you like to refer to it as. And that is it for TPU skin covers for the Motorola Xoom. Now, just to give you a price, I guess, comparison, the OEM skins right now available for the Motorola Xoom, which I believe are silicone skin covers, actually have an MSRP of $29.99. Very pricey stuff. We actually wouldn't recommend you look into those if TPU skin covers are available in your area as an alternative, because not only are these much cheaper and easier to find, they come in more varieties, and we think there actually are better protectors. And once again, if you are worried about using the skin cover on the Xoom with a dock or cradle, worry not. The OEM HD as well as standard docks do accommodate the Xoom with the skin cover on them, and these are the same size, so they'll just fit the bill, and you can go ahead and use whatever you want to use with it. So I hope you found this review useful. Check these skins out at our website, www.daydeal.com. You're also welcome to keep following us on our YouTube channel, Day Deal on Display, for more product previews, reviews, and demonstrations. Thanks as always for watching.